We'll now move to the Mayor's report, and briefly I want to provide the Mayor's report for the period of October 4th through 17th. I'll note that I attended a number of events along with other members of Council during the period. I'll highlight some of those. On October the 11th, I attended the Thompson Regional Airport Authority ribbon cutting with respect to the runway upgrades on runway 0624. I believe I've got that right. And I was joined at that event by Deputy Mayor Lafreniere and Councillor Collada, and I thank them for attending. This was a major improvement at a very strategic piece of infrastructure for the City of Thompson in terms of positioning ourselves as the regional hub, and I conveyed our appreciation to the chairperson, Raj Teti, as well as President and CEO Curtis Ross, as well as the other board members. And I'll note that unfortunately the federal government wasn't able to be represented. Minister Fletcher had planned on attending, but because of weather was not able to attend. On October the 12th, along with other members of council, we attended the first session of Speak Up Thompson for this fall. It was held at Wapanuck School. I want to thank all those that took the time to come out and share their views of our community and suggestions for making Thompson even a better place to live. On October the 14th, the City Hall hosted coffee and conversation with residents from the Northern Spirit Manor. Always a great opportunity to sit down with residents and talk about some of their feelings about the community. I can tell you, and I appreciate, I was joined by Councillor Robinson and Councillor Byer, and I appreciate you taking the time to attend. I think we would all agree it was an enjoyable afternoon with some of the comments, and I can tell you, and I think I want to pass it along to the Lions Club in Nickel Days, that they were very thrilled that the decision was made to reroute the parade past that facility last year. And had a number of comments in terms of us continuing to move forward, and I think that those are going to be shared specifically with Public Works regarding some accessibility issues and some other matters as well. So I appreciate them taking the time to visit City Hall. On October the 15th, I had the opportunity to attend the 24th annual regional meeting of the Manitoba Métis Federation here in Thompson. I was joined at that event by Deputy Mayor Lafreniere, and we had the opportunity to meet with MMF President David Chartrand, who is always a passionate advocate for the MMF, and I enjoy the opportunity to meet on occasion with President Chartrand. I conveyed one of the key positions of the City of Thompson being the lobby for the establishment of a detox facility here in Thompson. And President Chartrand indicated his support and his willingness to communicate with the provincial government in advocating for that facility. In terms of some of the other things, I want to provide a bit of an update. Some people may have noticed along Selkirk Avenue at the corner of Cree Road and Selkirk and leading, I guess that would be west towards Post Office, you'll see a number of white ribbons tied around trees, and just to convey to the public in terms of what those are and what they represent. The ribbons were placed on the trees at the RCMP building for the Sisters in Spirit Candlelight Vigil held on Tuesday, October the 4th. Lisa Courier indicated that these ribbons were to honor the lives of missing and murdered Aboriginal women in Thompson and northern Manitoba. The intent is to keep them up for the month of October, and then they will be removed. I would ask that the public honor and respect the intent of that purpose that they represent. In terms of upcoming events, I want to advise that the next session of Speak Up Thompson will be held on October the 26th, and I encourage people to attend at Westwood School from 7 to 9 o'clock to again share their ideas. We're asking people to comment on two specific questions. One is, what do you see for the future of the City of Thompson? And two, what are your ideas to make Thompson and your neighborhood a better place to live? If you're unable to attend the next session on October the 26th, City Council has prepared a number of postcard type postcards that we encourage people to take a look at, fill out, and get back either to any member of council or to drop off at any city facility. And again, the input is valued by council and the thoughts and the suggestions, I think, really make a difference in terms of the community. One other thing that I want to advise is the city has just recently completed the printing of the strategic plan for 2010 to 2014. I would encourage residents to get a copy of this. I believe we will be proceeding with distributing these at all our city buildings, and I believe we may also be doing a direct mail out. Is that correct, Mr. Septelli?
Yes, that's correct.
I would encourage people to take a look, and I'm reminded by Councillor Fenske's comments often at meetings that this is the scorecard by which we should be held accountable for the next 3 years and the last year. And I really like that thought that we're putting it in writing, what we believe and what we're prepared to do and how we're prepared to do it. Please challenge us, hold us accountable, and help us to make this plan a reality. I want to note, just in terms of some of the things that we heard very clearly, one of the ones that really struck home is the issue of lighting in our community. We clearly have entered the winter season in the last few days. I really encourage the public to take the time in terms of ensuring safety. We are going to be following up with Manitoba Hydro with regard to some of the lighting, but I would encourage people to please bear in mind the conditions that all of a sudden are coming very fast at us, shortened days, and the conditions on the road. So please take the time in terms of safety. One of the issues that I really want to speak to tonight is that I was very disappointed over the last few days, especially Saturday, on the amount of public intoxication that was clearly evident in the community. And again, it's really pointing to how as a municipality, I think we have to take a strong position, and not a strong position just in terms of enforcement, but a strong position in terms of trying to address this issue. Again, I advise that I will be meeting with representatives of the MLCC. I will absolutely remind them of the social responsibility that that corporation holds in this community. We cannot give up the fight for the detox facility. I've put it in my goal to have an announcement from the province within 12 months, and I'm advocating every opportunity I get and every place I get to speak and asking people to support the need for that facility. And lastly, I know budget's coming up, but I can't overstate my objective and my hope that as a council we will allocate the resources in terms of a bylaw enforcement program that can address the issues that are clearly in and around the community. So I thank the public for their understanding, their patience, but I absolutely understand the frustration, and without a doubt, we as a council need to move to address this item. Lastly, I do have some proclamations that I want to put forward. By the virtue of the authority vested in me as the Mayor of Thompson, I hereby proclaim October 24, 2011 as World Polio Day in the City of Thompson, and I believe the Thompson Rotary Club is working hard on that initiative. And secondly, as noted, this next Speak Up Thompson is Wednesday, October the 26th. That is my mayor's report, but I know a number of members of council attended events when I was out of the community for a couple days during the period, and I'd welcome any comments from members of council. Deputy Mayor Lafreniere.
Thank you. Just to touch on the Sisters in Spirit Candlelight Vigil, I did have the opportunity to attend it, and there was about 40 or 50 people that went out to support the organizers. And I just want to mention that it is Sisters in Spirit is a movement out of the Native Women's Association of Canada, and it is a result of the 600 people murdered and missing women in the current database that our nation is working towards solving. But in that, I just want to mention there was a young woman who was there and who spoke to us. She shared a drum song, but she also told her story about being an infant when her mother was one of the people who went missing and was murdered right here in our community. So I just wanted to share that. I think those personal stories all remind us a little bit. So I do want to thank Mayor Johnston for sharing what those white offerings are and what they mean to the community, because I think when people don't understand it, it doesn't exactly look attractive. But I think when people understand it, it's not about looking attractive, it's about understanding and supporting a movement in Canada to solve the missing and murdered women, Aboriginal women in Canada. So I just want to highlight on that because the community was mobilized, and so while the rest of the country was that evening. Speaking to just follow up on budget, we did have our first meeting, and it was with the employees, and there is another opportunity that we'll be meeting with our employees, but that we start as a council looking at some of those numbers tomorrow. And I wasn't exactly the representation, but there was the Thompson Urban Aboriginal Strategy, which I'm the chair of, and we held our community forum, and both Councillor Hogan showed up to share remarks, and Mayor Johnston attended to listen. And then, of course, Councillor Beyer and Councillor Collada are also on the Urban Aboriginal Strategy, so they were also in attendance. And we get bigger numbers than the city. We have about approximately 80 people that come out, but we do feed supper. And I just wanted to highlight that the Youth Aboriginal Council by far I think stood ahead and definitely set an example in terms of community engagement, and they came and they shared their perspectives, and definitely as valuable as all the comments were, it's always exciting to listen to the young leaders, and especially when they do their reports. So I just want to highlight those things. Thank you.
Excellent, I appreciate that. Any comments from any other members of Councillor Collada?
Thank you. I'll confirm the TUAS feeds you well. We had an excellent meal that evening. It was an interesting evening. I attended the vigil on October 11th as well. It was quite impressive. I also, on October 12th, attended the events put on by Thompson Unlimited for Travel Manitoba staff who visited our community. There was a dinner at the river and an open house type of thing at the Mystery Lake Hotel. It was quite well attended by tourism operators such as McCready Campground and that type of venue. So I attended those 3 events. So thank you.
Thank you. Any further comments? Seeing none, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.